I have a question.
Yes.
I was told by a lawyer
Yes.
if you get an interview here in Chicago,
Uh-huh.
you can come here on an interview from another country.
Wait a second. You were told by a lawyer that
Uh-huh.
that if you get an interview in Chicago, you can come from another country to go for your interview in Chicago?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a little not 100% right. What the law says is if you are an immigrant from another country who happens to be living in Chicago at the time and you are eligible to adjust your status, you can have an interview in Chicago. But you can't just file paperwork. I live in Rwanda, for example, and now I'm going to get on a plane from Rwanda and fly to Chicago for my interview. That doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have a 15-year-old daughter. I am a resident. My husband is a citizen, but she now living here with me in Avenel, going to school. The 17th of this month, going to make her 5 months since she's here on her visa, her 10-year visa. But her paperwork come true. They're telling me that she need to go to embassy back home in Jamaica.
Who sponsored this young lady?
Who's the sponsor?
Yeah.
My husband.
Okay. And your husband's a citizen?
Yes, he's American, so he's born here.
He's born here, and your child is 15 now.
Yes, she's 15.
And it's a he. I thought it was a she. And he entered on a legal visa.
Yes, she come up on a 10-year visa.
Okay. And she's here 5 months now.
Yes, she's been here 5 months. Is it okay for her to stay for 6 months? Because she got to go back down for her interview. But she's going to school.
Guess what, Kasha? She's going to stay here for the rest of her life. She's going to adjust her status here. She's not going home for an interview. So what you're going to do right now is contact the National Visa Center, say she's in the United States, she's going to adjust her status here. You do that by mail. And then you file an I-485 application with the affidavits of support all here. You file her adjustment here, and she will get everything here. And next time she goes back home will be with a green card.
But they already sent me the interview for her to go to Jamaica.
Why would you want to do that? She's already here.
So all I have to do is file for I-84?
A 485.
A 485?
Yes, adjustment.
So she don't have to go back down for the interview?
No, she should get her green card here. You want to file an adjustment. And I think what you should do, because you sound a little hesitant on what should be happening, is hold on. Because I don't want the embassy to give her a problem that she's in school here and now going back home for an interview. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right, she needs a consultation.
My grandmother, she's living in the U.S. and she's a U.S. citizen. She filed for my mother when I was the age of 18. I was a derivative beneficiary on that application.
Right.
My question is, because I'm now past the age of 21, would I age out on that, or would the CSPA apply for me?
When did your grandmother apply for your mother?
She applied for 2015, February.
February 2015. And do you know how long the I-130 visa petition took to get approved?
How long it took to be approved?
Yeah.
It hasn't been approved yet.
It still has not been approved yet?
No.
Okay, the longer it takes to get approved, the more likely you would be under the Child Status Protection Act, because you get to add the years that the I-130 took to get approved to your 21st birthday and still be included. So if it was filed in 2015 and it's now 2019, you have approximately till 25 to get through. If it doesn't get approved for another 2 years, you'll have till 27. So the longer it takes to get approved, the better. They're right now up to 2012, so you have at least 3 more years of waiting. How old are you now?
I'm 23 now.
Okay, so it's possible you're in, it's possible you're out. We don't know yet until the end. But at the moment, it sounds like you're in. But we'll see what happens. You gotta stay, okay. All right? So stay strong, all right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I texted to ask you about the error on my child's birth certificate yesterday.
Okay.
But I did not get the answer that I was looking for. I went to the RGD with the birth certificate to have it corrected, but I wanted to know, after it has been corrected, how would I get the changes to be added to the petition? Because the petition has been approved for him to get the visa.
I don't recall the question. What are the changes?
Okay.
Tell me what the changes
All right.
are.
My mom filed for me, and she had my son to my petition that was approved. We submitted the birth paper and it was his own is approved to be paid. To pay the visa fee was approved, but there was an error on the birth certificate, and we had not.
All right. So when you pay the fee bills, you're going to fill out a DS-230, and in the DS-230, it's the biographic data of your son. They're going to ask for what all this information is, and just fill it out properly, and then it's corrected.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yes.
Okay. Is that better? Better answer?
Yes.
Good.
I came to United States on 2010 as F1 visa, and I completed my bachelor's here, and I finished my master's here. And after 10 years, I married to a U.S. citizen, and she's from Sri Lanka as well. So my question to you is, I never had any problem with the law for last 10 years at all, but last year, in 2018, I got 3 traffic tickets. And for one speeding ticket, I had this one speeding ticket, and I couldn't pay the fees at the time because I was going through some financial difficulties, and I got my license suspended, and I didn't know about it, and I got caught again, and I got a ticket for driving with suspended license, and that's all the tickets I have for my life, and I'm going to file for the family petition, and I want to know how it's going to affect my petition. And
having a couple of tickets on your driver's license should not affect you in getting a green card. So I think you'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
All right, and everything is paid in full. That's all that should matter.
Okay. So I asked you the same question like a couple of days ago. You said that it can be affects my good moral character.
Yeah, but you told me it's all paid up, so you're fine now. I mean, if you show up to an interview and you owe thousands of dollars in tickets and you never paid it and you have the ability to pay it, that's bad moral character. But you paid it and you're fine, so you're all set.
All right. I don't have to take any recommendation letters or anything like that, right?
You're all good.
I have a VAWA pending, and I wanted to know that if my VAWA gets approved, and I was to get my green card from that VAWA because I have a lot of evidence and stuff like that.
Right.
But me and my spouse seem to have, rekindle and whatever, and I just want to continue with the VAWA. I don't want to, really depend on him.
Okay.
My question, I wanted to ask if I got my green card and eventually wanted to get my citizen through the VAWA side of it,
right?
And they see that me and my spouse are back together and stuff like that. Would that affect me in any way getting my citizenship?
It's possible they may think there's some sort of fraud involved, so anything is possible. But if you tell me you have lots of evidence, then you're fine. Because the only thing you got to worry about is fraud. Because there's no law that says that.
I mean, it's definitely no fraud because we're married in good faith. We have 2 children. We've been together for years.
The fraud may be in the abuse. I don't know. I'm not saying there is. I have no idea. Okay? All I'm saying is there is not a law on the books or a regulation on the books that says you can't be living with the man who's abusing you and get a green card through VAWA. But they may suspect there's fraud that if you left him and filed a VAWA application and then after you got your green card, you're back with him, they may suspect it. I have no idea, but as long as you have evidence that...
Because we're not divorced.
One second.
We're still not divorced.
Okay, but as long as you have evidence that there was abuse, fine. Now, my question to you is, why in the world would you want to go back to this man? Now, I don't know him, but why in the world would you... why in the world would you want to go back to him? What? You went to counseling?
Counseling and trying to be there for the kids and,
Okay, so if he's... Okay, fine. So he's trying to be a better man. Then that's a good answer. That's a good answer. And if you want to, trust him and forgive him and hope it doesn't happen again, then that's a good answer. Then
because
I take it back everything I was
really
thinking.
do love him, and it just breaks my heart that everything happened in the past.
Well, as long as you're going for counseling, because if you weren't going for counseling, I would tell you zebras don't change their stripes. Leopards don't change their spots. So you are who you are. But if you go for
he was always a good father.
Right, but if you go,
he was kind to me, but otherwise, from when he gets angry and
But then you can change yourself. So as long as he's going to change himself, I have no problem with that, and that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So it shouldn't be a problem if I could prove that everything was.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Jesse.
I have a very complicated situation which I want to discuss.
Yes.
So, I am on H-1B visa, and my employer is in St. Louis, Missouri.
Right.
And my wife is in New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So my job is only like 7 to 10 days a month.
Right.
And the rest of the time I spend in New Jersey. So she lives with her parents, and I stay with them at home. But we recently got a new apartment. We filed for the green card application, but that time I was still living with her parents. So now I have two different apartments. One is in New Jersey and one is in Missouri. So do I need to change my address?
Where are you living with your wife right now?
Jersey City.
Okay, so then you file your adjustment application with the address where you and your wife are living. That's what you do. Now, as far as your job in Missouri, if you have to travel for work 10 out of 30 days a week, 10 out of 30 days a month, it could be okay, but I'd rather see you look for a job in New Jersey and work and live together and be together with your spouse every day.
But the problem is that I have already signed my job contract, which is for 1 year. So
Okay,
I cannot
you
break
can't
the
get out.
contract.
All right, so then it is what it is. You live in New Jersey and you commute to work in Missouri 10 out of 30 days a month. That's the
Yes,
answer.
that's true. Okay. And I have two apartments, one in Missouri, one in New Jersey.
I understand, but your domicile where you live is with your wife in New Jersey. That's your position.
Okay.
All right?
So I update my address with USCIS?
It's gonna get updated when you file your adjustment for sure.
No, I have already filed it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so update it. You and your wife.
Okay, and is it going
your address should be where you and your wife live. Where you share a bed with your wife, that's where your address is. That's your domicile. If you commute to work, 10 out of 30 days. That's what it is. All right?
Okay, and is it going to change the processing time?
Yes, because you filed in Missouri and now it's going to be transferred to New Jersey.
But the field office which I put in the I-485 was Newark.
So then what address are you changing? I'm even confused now what address you're talking about.
So the address which I put in my application is the Missouri address.
Okay, you live with your wife in New Jersey. That is the address that you should be notifying immigration where you live, because your interview should be in New Jersey. You travel to work in Missouri. It's like a broken record already. So if you need help, come in. But that's the answer. All right, so hold on 1 second. You had a J visa and you had a 2-year home residence requirement that has not been approved, and you're supposed to be working. What were you doing? You were working.
I was a camp counselor in Missouri.
Right.
Yes, and I was subjected based on the skills list.
Right. Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Okay.
The country is Jamaica.
That's
what I forgot to mention.
You should not have filed your adjustment until you got the J1 waiver, because you're going to get denied.
That's what I realized.
Yeah.
Person did not explain that to
me. So you need a consultation. And, the only thing we can hope for is that, as I talked to you yesterday, is it's not on the skills list. Because if it's not on the skills list, then you don't need a waiver. You just show up and say, my job's not on the skills list. This is a mistake, which happens sometimes. Otherwise, you're going to get denied, and you're going to have to wait to get the waiver and then refile again.
Okay. All right.
All right. So hold on 1 second. All right.
I came in 2002 with a transit visa. I live here for mostly like 18 years now. I'll just file the paper with my fiance who has a green card.
Right.
So trying to see how things gonna go before we get married. So
you came on a visa. Your fiance's a green card holder. You're gonna get married. She's gonna file an I-130 visa petition. If she never becomes a citizen, you're gonna have to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back. If she becomes a citizen at some point, you'll adjust here. That's what's gonna happen.
All right. So in case I wanna hire you as an attorney, you live in New York City.
I do live in New York City.
How's it gonna work?
We do this. There's telephone. There's email. There's airplanes. We'll fly to you. We'll do everything by phone, by mail. People hire us in every state of the country, and it's perfectly fine. You don't have to physically see me to hire me or for us to help you. So hold on 1 second. All right.
I have a question. Myself and my husband currently live in Maryland.
What's in Maryland? I didn't understand.
Myself and my husband, we live in Maryland.
Who lives in Maryland? You and who?
Myself and my husband, we live in Maryland.
Yourself and your husband live in Maryland. Got it. Okay.
He's been working in D.C. for so many years.
Okay.
He has also maintained D.C. home address. His driver's license.
What? Tell me the question.
My question is, I filed my I-130 and I-485.
Right.
He still have this driver's license that he used because he worked there.
All right, so this is the story. This is the story. The government wants to see you live together. When he has documents to say he lives somewhere else, such as an address on a driver's license, that causes people to question the validity of your marriage. Do you really live together? So there's certain things that smart people need to do. They need to get their ducks in order. If it is really a true loving marriage where you live together, he's got to change his driver's license. End of story. There's no debate about it. It's very simple. You go online and do it.
Okay.
All right?
I have a question. I have a adjustment status in 485, and it's been November. I don't get anything work permit.
How long has it been?
Maybe 5.5 months.
All right, so give it. You took your biometrics though, right?
Yeah, in December.
And did you get any letter back from immigration saying they want more documents or anything?
No, I don't get anything, and I go to online, that my receipt. I don't see anything to nothing.
All right, so hopefully it comes in the next couple of weeks. If you don't get it in about another 30 days or less, then come see me. You're in Queens, okay?
All right.
It should be any day. All right?
I recently got married over 3 months now. My husband lost his job, but he found a new one that he's working about 3 weeks now. But the income won't be enough. If I get a joint sponsor, does it have to be a family member?
No, it could be anybody who's a United States citizen or resident in any state.
Okay, and the joint sponsor has to get affidavit of support, and he has to do one himself, right?
Yes, the joint sponsor would have to do the I-864 and 3 years tax returns and a job letter.
And does he still have to do the 3-year tax return?
Yes.
Okay. My other question is, he stepped out on me, which I didn't know, and he actually didn't know that he had a child until maybe like a month ago.
How old's the child?
She's going to be 4 months, I think.
Okay. So, and when did you get married?
We got married in January.
And how long did you know him? So
we known each other from 2016, but it was an on and off relationship. Cause,
so this was in the off part.
Excuse me?
Obviously, this child was conceived when you guys were off, because this child, if it's 4 months old, was conceived in March of 2018 or April of 2018.
Yes, we weren't. Yeah, we weren't together at the time. I was I was in Jamaica at that time.
It is what it is. Okay, so you have to explain it, just like you explained it to me.
So should I put the child on the paper?
On anything that it asks for the petitioner's children's information, yes. It's not your child, though.
So I have to put her on it. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm asking a question about my cousin.
Yes.
So he came on a student visa, and he never went to school, and then he filed asylum within a year when he was here. And then asylum got administratively closed under Obama era.
Right.
And now he have approved I-130. And my thing, would he be able to adjust his status because he didn't go to school on that time?
Well,
or do he need a waiver?
He may need a waiver for misrepresentation if he didn't go to school, unless he has a really good reason. But when he came to the airport, his intent was, I'm intending to go to school. And then I don't know, a week later he doesn't show up. So that would show somebody really the intent of misrepresentation. Now the burden's on him to say why I didn't lie. I was planning on going to school, and when I walked out of the airport, I fell in a pothole, broke my leg, and I was in a coma for a year. I mean, anything's possible. I hope that's not the case, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it sounds like he'll need a waiver, but maybe he's got a good story that's not a misrepresentation. I don't know.
So I mean, how do you file a waiver with the judge? Because he's going to go in front of the judge.
You're not filing a waiver with a judge. You're going to a judge, and you're going to say, please terminate my removal to allow me to file an adjustment.